Good evening. I'm your host, DonArmando, and this is Open Topics with DonArmando. So it look like that a lot of stuff are in the is in the news trending right now. I guess the most of it is the Andrew Tate case. Oh wow. All right, I'm back. I had to cut off I had to cut my mic off for a little bit because of background music. Yeah, I agree. Any guy that can't really talk things through, always want to mention um stuff about pegging or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I actually believe that he is. I actually believe that too. That he's actually bringing division within the Dominican collective. So I've been saying this. Okay, I guess white collar crime benefits one certain class, but it doesn't benefit us. Mm. So I'm just waiting for other people to come through so we could talk about all the topics that's affecting the world or what have you. I mean, I don't really have a lot of research on anything, but I would like to learn about other people's cultures and what they're going through. Yeah. And I was just actually on the Muslim space right now. They were talking about how certain women they were just some women are Andrew Tate supporters, and then some of them are not, and it actually triggered a lot of violation survivors. So with that said, it's real interesting what people are actually saying about that. Good evening, Don Jose. How you doing? Got you. You got to make that money because vacations ain't gonna pay for themselves. Yes, I would like to visit more places because my wife she actually sent me something about Turkey and an island in Mexico. I mean, I would like it, but I have to do my research to make sure that these organizations don't roll up on the jet ski and start blasting away, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So just waiting for that on vacation. Hopefully, I mean, I will. Hopefully, if everything goes good during this my visit in March, I might just go back to DR again. I mean, I remember when I did that 2 times, like within the same year. That was like around 2012. So I would actually like to do that again. I mean, I've heard about that tragedy that happened in Monterey, California. Rest in peace to all those that passed away. I still do not know that much about it. So, you know, I'm just hearing about it through servers and everything, so I do not know what actually went down. So if anybody that's been around the area or anything like that, feel free to actually come to this page and say what happened or or why this occurred. All right, cool. Hey, Don Jose, how you doing?
Good evening, DonArmando. I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing?
I'm good. Just maintaining. I saw
Yeah.
a little bit of Bro Tups, and he was talking about his about how um Dwayne the Rock Johnson, I guess, accepted failure for, I guess, his Black Adam movie. To me, I actually saw that movie and it was great, but I guess it failed with the expectations of I guess of the budget or whatever. But to me, I actually thought that was a great movie.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to check it out at some point. It's just that lately I have been so busy. First of all, the fact that I created a brand new channel to
Right.
deal with biracial and multiracial issues. Plus, I'm doing my main channel. Plus, I'm doing overtime. So it doesn't give me a lot of free time to do whatever it is I need to do.
Yeah.
So it's just that everyone loves to talk about how there's so much drama in the golden sphere, but there's drama everywhere. I mean, unfortunately, when people talk about the golden sphere, that's the first thing they mention.
I mean, me personally, albeit to some of the people that I guess that they did not like me for whatever reason. I've actually had like positive interactions with the Golden Sphere, and I could actually say that I would like to hear like more of their agenda of their issues and whatnot, because at the end they actually treated me with dignity and respect. So I'm like, I will do the same.
Yeah. Well, look, the fact of the matter is, you do have several people in the Golden Spirit that have channels that do create uh, wonderful content. First of all, you have The Future is Golden. Okay. Also, multi, with all the bad press that she has received because of her alleged wretchedness, she does have a lot of interesting videos and what have you. And the same thing applies to Gigi. Unfortunately, the only thing they know about these ladies is that they're wretched, they're ghetto mamas, they like to create drama and all that sort of thing. And and part of it stand with the conflict with a pair of individuals which I will not mention, but we all know who they
Right,
are.
right. I mean, I've actually, I guess, came across some of these individuals, but it's funny on how as soon as I heard my name, I just went up and blocked because I'm a grown man. I'm trying to make a space that uplift people, but also I do not want to promote negativity and hatred on my channel.
Yeah. And and they love to talk about how my channel is so insignificant. If my channel is also insignificant, why are you always talking about me? That's the thing. Number one. Number two,
Because because mhm.
go ahead.
I'm, I mean, the only reason that I could say that they try to diss our channels or whatsoever, because we're not 1K subscribers. So by the time, hopefully by this year, I hope that you and I we actually get to 1K and more subscribers. So that in that effect, when people could actually say that you're insignificant, you could actually have a whole community or communities behind you. Because at the end of the day, they could say whatever they want, but if they're producing content that is not elevating or relevant, I mean, they could say what they want, but if you keep soaring and you have your own core fan base, you're good.
See, and one of the myths that people that they like to talk about, that I'm a lonely, senile old man. Well, I got news for you. Even before I got involved with the biracial, multiracial community, I had a core group of loyal supporters to begin with, and then by being involved with the biracial, multiracial community, I also gained some support from several members of the community. Also, they love to make comparisons regarding the views that our channels have. First of all, you're comparing apples to oranges. Okay, my channel was never meant to be a smoke channel, nor be a channel to do reaction videos. My channels are there to
Right.
provide education and quality content. And with all the technical difficulties that I have experienced and what have you, either with my computer or with my Wi-Fi, with my main channel, I have 209 subs, which is more than all their you know channels combined. Plus, I created a new channel. So the fact of the matter is, as small as insignificant as they like to say, I mean, I have made a positive influence in these YouTube streets.
Yes, you have.
So, and the bottom line is, you have certain people are jealous of my success. Let's keep it real. Why else would they continue to talk about the same narrative that I'm all senile white guy? Then I have a platform that's insignificant, but yet you're out forever talking about me, and I'm not talking about them. So, if you take away all the reaction videos that they have, of Gigi mostly, you have virtually no content.
Right. I mean, it just goes to show you that certain people they don't have I guess what you would say a social life. So therefore they'll try to harp they'll try to send negativity away since nothing is actually going for them or their channel. So
Yeah. And this needs to be said. His channel was deleted because of violation of the YouTube guidelines. Number one. Number two, here's a person
right.
that's from Canada. It's basically telling U.S. citizens how to conduct themselves. Okay, look, if he's uh, if he's really all that concerned, he should
I'm,
stick to educating the people
I'm
of Canada and leave us alone.
yeah. I mean, it just it's just that how should I say it's just at the end of the day you have certain people that they think that they know something about Americans or whatever the case may be, but they haven't even stepped foot here. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
But the fact of the matter is they are so 2022. Okay, and I'm gonna say is let the circus be the
we're
circus. Now
this
for
year
the benefit,
2023.
yeah. So let me explain to you what I mean by they're so 2022. There's so much in the past. Therefore, ever arguing the same beefs on and on and on. I mean, if we check one stream, it's basically the same thing. You check another stream, it's basically the same thing. The same ones that they're always complaining about GT, they're always complaining about multi, they're always complaining about future, they always,
Yeah,
and then I'm the senior all guy, and what have you, that's weak and what have you.
yeah. I mean, if you actually look at me, I was actually called another name, which was actually funny because prior to me talking to another person, I do not know who this person named Duke was, right? And even when I was actually talking to this person, and people was trying to mention my name in something that I just did on my page, which is just hosted somebody that they did not like. I'm like, okay, but it's not that serious because it's my page. Second of all,
Hmm.
prior to that, I'd say it was like maybe a little week before, maybe a week or so before the New Year, a person went up and said like, okay, what should I do? I put on my community tab. Okay, what should I do as far as talking about new topics in 2023? And somebody went up and said, "Oh, you should not clickbait." I'm like, okay, you should not clickbait me in anything. Okay, last time I checked, right? When I actually did open topics or whatever the case may be, I don't know anybody to clickbait. And since I'm almost reaching to the age of 40, I would think that clickbaiting will actually be a little bit immature on my end if I'm trying to get the teeny boppers to actually listen to my page. But the fact is, I don't know how to clickbait, nor I would actually participate in clickbaiting to get more views.
Hmm. Yeah. Like I said, look, the fact of the matter is, we're going to get hate uh, either because of our content or it's going to be because of the people that we hang with.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, for example, as far as me hanging with people and stuff, okay, the person I could actually say I would actually mostly hang out with will be you. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, I've met Fighter like 2 times or whatever the case be, and me and Radical was supposed to meet. But as far as hanging out and everything like that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I hang out with you mostly. Now,
Hmm.
as it as certain people were saying, they was like, oh, they were trying to disrespect on people who are members. They're saying, oh yeah, this guy needs to be in jail or whatever the case may be. Certain hateful rhetoric. So my thing is that okay, if you're how should I say, so mentally sane that you have to go and diss on a person that don't have all the mental faculties. And the thing is, though, they never really did anything personally against you except just say something which is annoying. Why are you gonna go and try to dox that person when the fact is, when you're doxing people whatsoever, it making you look crazy because you're actually taking the time to go and research a person and try to dox them or whatever the case may be. When the fact is, an insult is an insult.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said before, these YouTube streets create a lot of members of the peanut gallery, and we have seen them in not only in our sector but in the biracial sector as well. I mean, that is just the nature. That's just the nature of things, and I find it humorous that someone will try so hard to project something about me that doesn't apply, which means it must apply to that individual in question.
I mean, it is because think about it. If a person's saying, "Oh yeah, you're a lonely old senile man," right? Why are they? Why is it for some YouTube creators, right, or what have you? They're actually stalking women or whatever the case may be, or they have a history of making women feel uncomfortable. But at the same time, it's it's actually crazy that they're actually commenting on you, or the fact that they have to shave fast.
Hmm. Well, look, the fact of the matter is, I have made more of a positive impact than my haters have. That's something that that they cannot stand. I mean, they think with all the negativity, it's going to create some a channel. I mean, first of all, um, you're going to get views because people like to look at the negative stuff. But comparing my channel to his channel, it's not a fair comparison because his channel is basically a small channel. My channel is an informative talking channel where we have mature conversations and we actually can disagree with each other and be agreeable when we disagree.
Yeah,
And again, if I am so insignificant, why do you continue to talk about me?
because what they want to say when you talk about somebody who's to their knowledge that they think is insignificant, they would think that okay, if I talk bad about them, it'll make more views or whatever. It's not about so much trying to diss you or whatsoever the case may be. They're like, okay, since I could talk negative or have negative ratchet stuff on my page and stuff, it'll make more views because I hate to say it, that's what certain people are actually attracted to, negativity.
Yeah. And and again, contrary to what certain people believe, I had a core group of supporters even before I started dealing with the golden spear. Okay. And I have among my core group people like yourself, the radical Latino. I have Denise. I have Rotap. I have the Introvertic Boricua. I have the 18th Leather. I have MK. I have Keisha. I mean, please, please, and they were part of
Exactly.
they were part of my core group even before I got involved with the Golden Spear.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I could actually say that I've actually got involved with the Golden Sphere thanks to you because I didn't even know community actually was was even a thing until it was a radical or your stream that I've actually found out about the Golden Sphere because one of the guys from the Golden Sphere heard me talk on my Telegram, and the thing is though I'm like a different person on Telegram trolling. So me and that person we've actually have gained a amicable friendship. I would actually like to go to Nevada and see him one of these days.
Hmm. Yeah. And I mean, look, and I said it again. It's not a I mean, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Okay, you cannot. I mean, the only thing that to like about them is they both fruit, but this apples have certain characteristics compared to oranges. So the fact that they're talking about how my views gets less view, my streams get less views than others. First of all, um, I'm consistent. Number one. Number two, I mean, to keep it real, discussion channels are usually very slow. Their growth is always slow to begin with. I mean, and that's the nature of things. And I knew that when I created the channel. I decided I was not gonna do a reaction platform. I was not gonna do ratchetness. A couple of times I did roast people but they deserve to be roasted. Okay, but for the most part, it's been very positive. And I actually have two streams that gotten over 300 views. So the fact of the matter is it is not a fair
Wow,
comparison.
because I may have like maybe 5 or 7 views, but I'm actually working on that, and I guess I might have to look at YouTube guy because he was like 10K or whatever. I don't know if it's just a selling point or whatever, so I'm just gonna look right into it. Because apparently, I guess what this guy has done, he actually went up and I guess he had done just made it work for him. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try to see if that works one of these days whenever I get
Okay.
the chance.
Well, what I do, at least as far as my main channel, like a day or two before I go live, I'll send out 15 people or so on Instagram. Number one.
Right,
Also, I will post it on my social media. Also, I will post it on my community tab, and also my streams get posted on Discord. So it's not like
right,
no one. It's not like no one is not noticing it. It's just that there are times when I'm going to have topics that's going to attract a lot of people, and there's going to be times when it's not going to attract that many people. It's just the nature of things in YouTube. It's basically hit or miss.
right.
And like for I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, some of my topics, okay, I understand it's not very glamorous, but I was never meant to make it a glamorous channel. It was meant to be a discussion channel. I mean, look, to take a look, some of the topics that I have covered, which is what I like about the biracial community, um, also YouTube etiquette, also how to deal with fake friends, and some things like who are the
Right.
incels. I mean, that got over 230 views. Also, uh,
Yes.
so I have had my successes and I had my flops.
Yes.
So,
I mean, we all
and
got flaws at the end of the day.
yeah, and the fact of the matter is, I know that I'm not exactly very high tech, but with all that, I do get people that view my platform. Okay, and then sometimes I'll have people that will
Right.
clout watch, that will just want they don't want to enter a like or what have you, or they want to enter a comment. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
Christians. So look when everything is said, everything
Yeah.
is said and done. It's going to take a while for me to be monetized, and I knew that going. Okay, eventually I will become monetized, and
Right.
I mean, like as I said it before, I have managed to make a positive impact with my small speck of a channel. And like I said before,
Right.
my channel never had to be deleted. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
I mean, it's just at the end of the day, it's like okay, when I guess when you're trying to be positive and just try to make sure that you're going with the forward with progression, I guess you will have a I guess a little envy, but at the end of the day, I just think that you keep pushing because you don't know if you keep pushing what the benefits are gonna come at the end. So that's why I'm still doing this. And if I do get monetized or whatever the case may be, at least I actually did it on my own accord and I didn't have to try to put down anybody or whatsoever just because if they have a different view or whatever the case may be. Now if they insult me, well that's a different thing. I'm not gonna go and do the immature thing and try to insult somebody else.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, look, um, to be honest, I don't have many haters, but I do have my haters, you know, I think Denise has said it very well when she coined the phrase, "Let the circus be the circus." Okay, let those who hate
Yeah, because
continue. Yeah,
yeah, that's what it is. Because you got people who love the circus environment, and I'm not gonna go around and say that's why I'm not even in how should I say certain spaces anymore because it's a circus environment. So I'm just actually gonna focus more on my own brand and see how it goes.
yeah. Look, what I'm gonna do is I am going to continue to support those YouTube creators who are positive and has supported me. Now, if people get, there's certain creators I'm not going to support because, hey, why should I support someone that's not only supporting me, but actually co-signing the stupidity of the peanut gallery?
I mean, yes, that's what I'm actually saying because there's certain people who actually co-signing the whole stupidity about that.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm not going to call anybody out, but there's certain individuals that have been consigning um, certain people's behavior, but yet supposedly I'm their ally.
Got you.
Hmm. I mean, look, the way I see it is the following. Okay, if you want to be neutral, that's perfectly fine. You be neutral. But when you are,
Yep.
when you are co-signing um, the remarks of the peanut gallery, okay, you are
Hmm.
not truly an ally.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it is what it is, and
Yep.
okay, but believe me, uh, I'm keeping my eye of those who are supposed to be my allies, and
Right.
see how they co-sign certain behavior.
Yep.
Yeah, because look, I mean, I guess people will do anything uh
For
to
clout.
try, yeah, to try to get views or to try to get subs or what have you. Okay, and that's up to them.
Hmm.
That's up to them. Uh, in my case, I'm not gonna turn on my friends just to get subs.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to pacify my friends either just to get subs because at the end of the day, certain people you can see who they actually have more alliances to. So I learned that from how should I say from last year that there are certain people that have alliances that I don't agree with. So it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah, and believe it or not, I was actually removed from one person's Discord earlier this late last year.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, why? Because I was actually defending another YouTube creator.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was removed from the Discord without warning.
Right.
So if people say, "Did I sound bitter?" Yeah, I do, because you do not remove people from your Discord without giving them a fair warning. And actually, I did nothing
Right.
to warn you. All I did was I tried to clarify something regarding certain allegations regarding certain individual, and for that I was removed.
Yeah.
But when everything is said and done, I mean, look, those who are loyal to me, I'm going to be loyal to them. Those that turn their back to me, you're on your own.
That's the way I feel.
Yeah. And one thing you notice is there's certain platforms that I have not been on that I used to be active on. because I mean I cannot deal with 2022 behavior.
Exactly. That's why I was like, okay, it's funny that the whole 2022 was just a question on what I am, who I am, whatever the case may be. I already proved my point. If people want to go and ask what it is, I'm not gonna go and entertain that mess because at the end of the day, what they want me to go and show my whole family documents and everything like that. Because what certain people they want to have unreasonable, you show them the proof and they still are committed to hate you. So my thing is that okay, I showed what I am, and y'all still against me. So I'm like, so that just tells me that you're so ignorant, you're so committed to a false view of a person. The person is telling you facts, and you want to gaslight and take words and not comprehend what a person is saying, so therefore it could fit your narrative. And that's what actually teed me off in 2022 on how certain individuals supposed to be educated, but y'all just want to gaslight and take a person's words and then try to flip them over so therefore you think that, oh, this person is lying whatsoever the thing is, when I'm actually telling you the truth. So I'm just
Yeah,
like, you know what? I'm not gonna go and entertain these idiots. And when and one thing that I've learned, when you don't entertain idiots, you just becoming distant. So in a few months, I'm just gonna tell you, there's gonna be one platform I'm gonna be very distant on. And when I tell you this, you'll see why. Or you have seen why, so you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop off because our friend Brotap has something going on, so I want to show some love and support to him. First of all, thank you very
Oh
much for
yeah.
allowing me on your platform,
Uh,
and those who will catch this either now or catch this on the playback, if you have not done so, please consider subscribing to DonArmando's channel and check out his content. I think you will be pleased with the result. And as always, Don Armando, thank you very much for allowing me on your
Thank you, Don
platform.
Jose.
I do plan to go to Philadelphia sometime in the spring. I'll let you know more or less when. It'll probably be like on a weekend, and then we can meet up there. So thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
and everybody, please be safe out there.
You too. All right. I'm just waiting for the next guest, so this is what I'm doing. Nice. Just come through. I'll put the link in the chat. Yep, just waiting.
Hey, hey, what's up, man? Can
How
you
you
hear me?
doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, man?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm good. So California's doing after that tragedy. I still don't know that much. So oh okay. Well, I'm here and I'm still gonna post the link under chat. So you're welcome to come back. All right. Hey,
Oh,
because
eh,
I heard little bits and pieces about what happened, but I don't know what exactly happened.
oh man, yeah, it was crazy. It was down in LA County. What happened with the shooting in Monterey Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was Monterey Park. It's like a little town. It's like in LA County. It's like right outside of LA. It's like maybe like an hour away from LA. It's in the same county, but it's predominantly a Chinese community. And I'm
Right.
not too sure what the motives of the shooting was, but it was just like a mass shooting, and he killed like 10 people. I'm still looking into the evidence of what happened over there.
Yeah, because it's like because I thought that okay, that as far as the Chinese community over there, I thought it was San Francisco, and then they had like I know that they had a Chinatown in Los Angeles, but then I heard of Koreatown and Japantown, so it's like okay, I don't really know that much about LA because I never really been out there, but I do know
Hmm.
that in Los Angeles they have a Ethiopian and a big Eritrean community out there also.
Yes, yes, they do. There's a lot of Ethiopians and Eritreans out in California too, especially in LA, Inglewood, and then Ladera Heights, and then View Park. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of them over there. And then also up north too, in the Bay too. There's a lot of them in Oakland, Richmond, Vallejo, San Jose, parts of San Francisco, and then like the surrounding towns over there. Yeah. Are there
Yeah.
Ethiopians in the East Coast in Philly? Are there a lot of Ethiopians over there?
Well, not I. I haven't met any, but I know. But where I'm originally from, which is New York, um, I there's a lot of Ethiopians and Eritreans like in the Brooklyn, Queens, and Bronx area. Maybe Harlem too, but I haven't seen them. But those are the
Yeah.
areas that I have personally seen them at.
Oh, okay. And you're Dominican, correct? So you're Dominican, and
Yeah, I'm Dominican. I'm just born here in the United States, and both of my parents were from the Dominican Republic.
oh, that's cool, man. That's cool, man. Have you've been back down to the Dominican Republic?
Well, I haven't been since 2019, but hopefully this year I'll actually venture out to handle some family business.
That's good, man. That's good. Yeah. No, that's always good, man, to always try to get family business done.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. How was the East Coast, man? How's it how you liking it over there?
I mean, me personally, it's raining right now as we speak, but there'll be some days that I'm tired of the East Coast, so I would like to see what the rest of the country looks like. I mean,
Yeah.
the last time I was I took a vacation. I went to the Bahamas with me and
Mhm.
my wife. So I'm going to try to edit that video and put it out on YouTube to see what it is because they're showing. Because when I actually went there, it was just like maybe for 8 hours I was out there. I took like a 2 hour cab ride, and they were showing like all the houses that Beyonce and Oprah would be staying in and stuff like that
Yeah.
with their security guards and whatnot. They're showing the rich houses, the hood. They were showing
Yeah.
they took me to a restaurant where it had conch meat. It was good. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, that'll be good to post on YouTube, man. Yeah, it's good to put that type of content out there, and then you can just title it like Bahamas vlog, or a day in the life in the Caribbean, or stuff like that. Get really active with the titles, and make the title very interesting. You know, because you're doing a good job so far on your YouTube channel, man. You know, this, you're doing good, man.
Thank you. It's just that it's like a whole bunch of. It's like out here. It was. I was just talking to you know, my friend Don Jose, and he has his own channel, which is Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. And throughout last year, it was just that I was not even going to become like a content creator. But then I seen
Yeah,
that there's like a ignorant movement that's actually going within the community, within the Latino community, which is called the Hispanista movement, right?
hmm,
So their cases is that people like me, my skin color don't exist within La Hispanidad. And I'm
yeah,
like, you know what, y'all ignorant. So so therefore I tell what I do, oh yeah, there's no such thing as black Latinos. This is an American term and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, well, guess what? If y'all so mad with Hispanics and black people actually uniting, and then you want to go and make a whole bunch of videos actually trying to shade the African American community and then try to say that you're a Republican or whatsoever the case may be. My thing is that what y'all actually gaining, because throughout history, if people actually stuck together, we'll actually get things done. But since
yeah,
certain people want to have movements to create dissension our within our own respective communities, that is one thing I don't respect. So
yeah,
when I actually started this YouTube or participating in certain YouTube channels, I've been getting hate. I was like, okay, you're not Dominican. I even had to go show pictures of me, of my mother and my father, and I still got people trying to tell me that I'm not Dominican. I'm like, where? He's like, oh, you're not
yeah,
supposed to say this. This is why I believe your cap. I'm like, really? So this is the
yeah,
way I talk. I'm talking about straight facts, but yet when I'm talking straight facts and I'm giving you dates with those facts, people will be like, oh, you're capping. I'm like, where they have that at? Are you ignorant or something?
yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of ignorant people, man. You know, don't give them no attention, to be honest, and just keep on doing what you need to do, and speak truth to power. That's what I would definitely say on here, man. You know, because I mean, there's a lot of terrible and ignorant people, but there's also a good amount of people who are genuine and sincere about their message. You know.
Yeah. So okay, T. I know that I follow you on Instagram and everything like that. So where are you
Yeah.
from? Like, what's your background, your family background, and everything like that? I want to know more about you.
Oh, okay. Well, my parents are actually from Ethiopia, actually. Yeah, so I'm a first generation Ethiopian. Yeah, in the United States. Yeah, yes.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. What background did you
Have
think
you?
I was? If you don't mind me asking, what were you guessing I was?
Oh, okay. Well, I knew that you was East African, and I know that it's
Yeah,
that there's certain things that okay, Eritreans and Somalians and Ethiopians have like similar features or
yeah,
whatsoever the case may be. And sometimes, but I know Somalia is predominantly Muslim. But I know
yeah,
between Eritrea and Ethiopia, you'll have like a strong core Christian background, and then you have Muslim also. And then we're talking about the Tigray conflict, which I'm just
yeah,
reading about and stuff, but I'm not gonna go around and say that I know. But I've actually met a person when I was driving like in who was actually a Lyft driver, and he was telling me about more of the conflict. And he said that we're not getting that much coverage because people just don't care about us. I was like, I
yeah,
agree because I don't really know because I've seen like on TikTok, the Ukrainian women with with their face paint. I don't know if it's tattoos. I don't know what it is, but it actually looks good because it's
yeah,
something I haven't seen. So.
yeah. So in
So
regards
what's
to
your take
that,
on about that?
oh, okay. Oh yeah, so in regards to like the face tattoos and stuff, yeah, that's with a lot of there a lot of Ethiopians are very religious, so sometimes they would tattoo like the cross on their forehead or like on their forearms and stuff too, because they follow Orthodox Christianity, so that and then they're very religious. And in regards to the conflict with the Tigrayans, It's been a very hectic history, to be honest, and especially in the last 30 years. And I think that personally, with in regards to TPLF and which is the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front, and the president of Ethiopia, it was created. It was like a proxy war, but it was to dismantle Ethiopia in general. You know, because if you put more funds into the war, it's just going to create more tension between the northern Ethiopia, which is the Tigrayan region, and then Abiy Ahmed. And I think he purposely did that to create more tension so that it'll justify everyone dividing and then dismantling Ethiopia into like 80 different states, you know, or separate nations, if that makes sense.
Right. I mean, it's like okay, because one day when I was actually going to church when I actually lived in Jersey City,
Hmm.
there was a woman that she was like, she wanted, but she actually said like with anger, how the heck we Eritreans and Ethiopians are the same people? And she mentioned something that happened, I guess, like 100 years back. How come the king went up and killed our people like 200 years ago or something like that? I'm just paraphrasing, but I actually went up and researched it. I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, what were you gonna say? I didn't mean to cut you off.
so all right, so what is the history? Because I don't know the culture, but you or Eritrean might. What is the differences other than language? What is the differences between the Ethiopian and Eritrean?
In my opinion, when I look at everything, we're really not that much different. And in my opinion, other nations bordering Ethiopia, I feel a connection to them. If you want my honest opinion, with Kenyans, I feel a very strong connection with Kenyans as well. Sudanese, South Sudanese, Somalians, Djiboutians, even Rwandans and Ugandans. I don't know. I always felt like a strong connection to them. In my personal opinion, I felt like when I would meet one, like we have similar cultures, we can understand each other. You know, it's just it's a language, and maybe some of us look a little different, but I can understand like everything going on. You know, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But in regards to Eritreans and Ethiopia, Eritrea and Ethiopia, they used to be one nation, but um, in the in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, there was so much conflicts between the monarchy of Ethiopia and then the Marxist party, the unfortunate part is I always tell people this, that regardless of how you feel about the situation in Ethiopia between the Leninist party of that was conflicting with the Ethiopian traditional monarchists, they had a lot of the similar goals, and I think that it's unfortunate that they were fighting so much that other bad faith characters saw them fighting, and then they took over they took over the country in the 1990s and created more animosity and tension between everyone else, if that makes sense, because they seen that if two very powerful parties and political groups going after each other, they didn't realize the bigger picture, realize there's other enemies that have to be dealt with, you know. and
Yeah,
then
because
and
it's
then
like,
they they fumbled the bag, in my opinion. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Donna. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I mean, okay, albeit to Haile Selassie, like where is the, I guess, the last monarchy or royal family of Ethiopia's at right now? That's what I want to know. Because I saw
Uh,
something on Facebook. They were saying like, okay, this prince got married or whatever, but I'm like, but they don't have power of Ethiopia. So
yeah,
how's
they don't have
so yeah,
yeah they don't have really any institutional power, in my opinion, and no one from any kingdom of Ethiopia, because even within Ethiopia there was different factions and different kingdoms within Ethiopia. It was a For example, like Haile Selassie, he's like he was the main, obviously, emperor king in charge, but there were other small kingdoms as well, such as Kingdom of Kaffa, Kingdom of Jimma, and they had their own kings as well. And then it was like a confederation or a coalition of kings within Ethiopia, if that makes sense.
All right, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
and none of them have any institutional power at all. You know. Yeah, none of. I mean, they might have some people that will respect and honor that, but they don't have any institutional power, and their whatever they do have, it's very, very minute, in my opinion. You know.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's yeah, African politics is something else, man. I'll tell you that.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, because I'm not gonna go because I was actually watching something and the guy he actually broke it down. I guess as far as West African politics is concerned, and this is what he
Hmm.
went up and said. He was like that in Africa you actually battling three mindsets. One of the mindsets is you have some Africans that think that they're European,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
and then
That's
you have and then you have the Africans who they think they're Arab, or it's not so much Arab, but but they're actually pro-Muslim.
oh yeah.
And then you have the other Africans who are just who they just want to be with Africa, that they just with their land and stuff, with their own traditions or whatsoever the case may be. So with that said, it's like those three ideologies or ways of thinking always will conflict.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of African nations are just not doing well because there a lot even in Ethiopia particularly there's no like um yeah, there are some people like me who are on code, but I know that I'm in the minority if I really think about it, you know. If I were to go, you know, if that makes sense, you know. Especially people
Yeah.
who are outspoken, you know. Like me, it's very very rare that you'll see someone on code. I mean, the people in regards to the people of Ethiopia, I think that I would say that the younger generation they're more on code. I would say from what I've seen. I mean, it seems like they have a some sort of like a unity amongst each other. I mean, in some of the major cities of Ethiopia, it seems like there's different ethnicities. That's another thing too. There's like 100 or I'll say 80 to 100 different ethnicities in Ethiopia. You know, there's Amaras, there's Oromos, there's Tigrayans, Gooms, Walaita, um, Anuak, uh, Sidama. There's just so many. I feel like I could go like it'll take a long time, man, if I listed all of them. You know?
I mean, I mean the thing is though, I would love to actually you know hear about the ethnicities because I do not know. I'm just like I'm sometimes clueless because it's even to the point that even in the past when I had longer hair, I even had before I got married, I even had Ethiopian and Eritrean women. They came to me to be like, okay, you are. They was like, oh, you look great or whatsoever. Aren't you from my nation? And then they started talking their language. I was like, I do not know what you're saying. I'm
Yeah,
Dominican. I'm Dominican, but I am honored that you think that I'm part of y'all because I actually respect y'all.
yeah.
So we always had like a good discord with each other.
That's good, man. That's always good to have a good discords, you know. Yeah, even with me too. The funny thing is, I've been mistaken a few times for Dominican. You know, I didn't take offense to it, but I'll be like, oh no, I'm not Dominican. But I never really took offense to it. Like I was never that type of person. To take offense if someone mistaken my ethnicity or something, like if someone mistaken me for FBA or Jamaican or Haitian, I never like felt offended, like, oh my God, you just dishonored me or something like that. I just kept it pushing, like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just their opinion, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but
And
yeah,
it's
no,
like,
yeah, you can definitely pass for Ethiopian, bro, or even like Kenyan or Somalian or Eritrean, even and then you can also pass for FBA as well, or even uh Jamaican, you know.
yeah, trust
Yeah.
me, like living in New York, I've been mistaken for Jamaican and everything like that. So it's actually funny that you actually mentioned that. because
Yeah.
for some reason, like when I was younger in my single days, Jamaican women were always there's something about me that Jamaican women always said that, yo, at first they thought it was West Indian, but for some reason they was like, yo, he's Spanish, but they always
Yeah.
was attracted to me. So I was like,
Yeah, that's
okay,
cool, man. Okay, I was gonna ask too, cause you might have more knowledge than me about this. What do you consider a West Indian? Is it only the British speaking Caribbean nations, or are they the or is it also like Haitians? Are Haitians considered West Indian?
well, I guess they've been jacking that they've been West Indian or whatsoever the case may be. But the thing is, though, it's like now you have certain people who are saying, okay, the Haitians are Latino, but then I was like, I don't know because even though I live right, even though Dominican Republic and Haiti is right next to each other, certain people by okay, well, they could be Latino, but they're not Hispanic. So
Yeah,
therefore, I was talking to a historian friend of mine, and he was like, the only reason why they say the Haitian is Latino is because when they actually had gained their independence and they signed the declaration with Simone Bolivar or something like that, yeah, they'll be
hmm,
like they're Latino. But as far as being Hispanic, they're not it. So so it's like for example, like Brazil is considered Latino, but yet they're not Hispanic.
yeah. Because
So
Hispanics are more
it's
Spanish speaking nations, correct?
it's very right.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
So
Go
with that
go ahead,
said,
man.
it's just so with that said, I actually thought that Haitians they were jacking the Caribbean card or the West Indian card, but then certain people they saying they're not. So I'm like, okay, when did this happen? So I'm just saying because I'm from New York, so whenever I go to the West Indian parade or stuff, you actually see
Hmm.
Haitian, Trinidadian, and more Jamaican flags than anything. So or
Yeah,
people actually repping their respective cultures.
yeah. And then another question too, I was gonna ask too. Are Guyanese? They're considered West Indian as well, right? I know it's a little complicated because they're like in mainland South America, and I know there's that big debate.
Yes, but yes, they actually are considered West Indian
Hmm.
because I guess the British owned them. But then if
Yeah,
you actually look at it, people actually consider the Belizeans as West Indians also, even though they're
yeah,
within the cusp of Central America and there's
yeah,
around there.
yeah. There's a lot of Belizeans in California, especially in the LA area. In LA, where else are they at? Yeah, they're all over LA County, to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. They're also in New York too, right? Belizeans, people from Belize.
I mean they are. I mean they are because, but the only ones that I do know is that they're from the Brooklyn. Shine. He was from Bailey's. So
Yeah,
you'll see Belizeans and everything like that, but then it's not like they're more pronounced like the Jamaicans or Trinidadians or the Guyanese, but they're
yeah.
there.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's the same with over here too. Like they don't really say that they're Belizean, stuff like that. Yeah, but
Right.
you
I
know
think
that
that you
there's.
have some noise on your background.
Oh yeah, no, my bad. I had to just move
Yeah, it's like,
something. Yeah, can you hear me clearly now?
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
So
Yeah, man. But you've never been to California?
no, I never been.
Oh, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I've been to New York. Well, when I was younger, yeah, because I used to live over in Massachusetts, so I would visit New York sometimes when I was younger. But yeah, I was raised in California.
All right. So
Yeah.
okay, one thing I gotta ask, where you like when you live out in California, right? What is
Hmm.
the how should I say the How's it like right there? Because certain people in the East, they think like, oh yeah, because look at the nice side of California, and then you got the not so nice side of California. That
Yeah.
certain people, because what happened with PMB Rock, so certain people might have a certain view of California. What is your thoughts on that?
California, in my opinion, I mean, you have to know people, but I think that if you just surround yourself with like-minded people, you won't get into a lot of issues like that. But there's always that like slippery slope where it's really easy to get into into a bad altercation, if that makes sense, you know. And
Yes.
and in many areas too, like we kind of everyone kind of knows, we all kind of know each other, you know, regardless of our background or like our whatever we do in our personal life. Like we kind of all know each other. Like I know people all over California, you know. I don't want to get too into it, but like yeah, I know everyone, like a lot of people all around like the Central Valley and other parts of California. It's like it's very weird sometimes, you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, there's a lot of nice, beautiful places in California, beautiful beaches, snow. There's parts of that do snow, mountains, everything like that, and then there's
Yes.
like
Cause up, cause up, 'cause that's in the north. Like that's
yeah, yeah,
in the north side of California, where I think that they have ski resorts and so. I've always heard about
yeah,
that. I mean, I
yeah,
actually
yeah.
seen it in a commercial one time with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Snow's beautiful, but yeah, I think in regards to that, yeah, it's and then but there's also like a lot of poverty in California, a lot of homelessness, you know, especially in the bigger cities, but also in like in the Central Valley, Inland Empire. Inland Empire is San Bernardino and Riverside County. They're in Southern California, and then Central Valley is like the north and central. It's from like Sacramento all the way to Fresno, and yeah, it's a lot of issues over there. But in regards to like um homelessness, the economy, yeah, it's very expensive over here too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How about over there in New York and or Philadelphia?
Well, New York, and Philadelphia. It's like whenever I go over there, in my opinion, it's felt like I never really left those places because the violence is on the rise, and then out here I live like maybe 20 minutes away walking distance or driving distance to Kensington, one of the worst
Yeah,
areas.
yeah. I
So
heard about that.
there's
Yes.
drug like we came out here with my wife. Yeah, like for
Mhm.
example, like the area that we call Center City, right? Back in the day,
Mhm.
back when I came, nobody was sleeping on the floors. Now you see people sleeping on the floors. They had to shut down a couple of stores just because they were robbing people or robbing stores or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So it's just going on crazy over there.
Yeah. Kensington, is it yeah, I've heard about that. Yes. Is it a white neighborhood? Some people say it's a white neighborhood. Is that true or no?
Um, I guess that it used to be a neighborhood because it had like a lot of Irish people, but now everybody lives right
Mhm.
there. It's now an open drug market where you see people
Yeah.
ODing and then it's all trashy and everything like that. I try not to
Yeah.
go out there at all.
Yeah. No, no, I feel you, man. I feel you. Yeah, man, it's America's at a boiling point. It seems like the same issues in California are very similar to in Philadelphia, you know, or Pennsylvania as a whole, you know. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people over here, yeah, yeah, it's sad, man. You know, it's a lot of people. Like you see more and more homeless people, like people having tents, you know, people do
Yeah,
Yeah, people just dying on the middle of the road. Just people walking on the highway. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was the gas
That
prices over there in Philly, man? How are the gas prices?
I will not even know because I take the bus a lot, so I can't really ask that. Certain people say it's high, but then they say that y'all
Yeah.
that the West Coast is higher. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because public transportation over there is pretty good, right? In Philadelphia, it's like pretty easy to
It's all
get.
right, but then it's all right, but then it's like the best public transportation I'll say is New York because it runs 24/7. Over here,
Yeah.
as far like everything goes good until after 11, because 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is just buses that just come every hour. It's not it's not as constant as New York though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, over here, yeah, yeah, the public transportation system is is not that good, especially yeah, especially outside of the big city. Even LA too. LA has for a city of almost 4 million people, man. It's really it has really shitty public transportation system.
Right.
Yeah,
I've always heard that. That's why I see everybody driving in lowriders or whatsoever the case may be.
yeah,
I
yeah. A
mean,
lot of
yeah, I guess there's more of a car culture out there than it is in the East Coast or whatsoever. And I've
yeah.
seen a lot of people take care of their cars.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got to take care of your car, man, because you don't want to be stuck on the side of the road.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to be stuck at the side of the road, especially in this when the storms were hitting a few weeks ago. I mean, it's still it's about to come again soon. Like I even see it right now outside of my window. It's like it's darkening up. So I'm like, damn, is it gonna snow? Is it not gonna snow? But is it gonna storm up?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what else was I gonna say? In your opinion, in Philadelphia, is it racially segregated over there, or is it pretty integrated? In your opinion?
I mean, it depends on the people because
Yeah,
you see black people and Hispanic people working, but then there's like you have certain Puerto Ricans who like the old fashioned Puerto Ricans. They'll as soon as they see me, I'm not doing nothing. They go and they try to beg somebody to go and take them away because they think that I'm gonna do something. I don't know what it is because I've only been here for 6 years. I don't mess with nobody, but it's like
yeah,
I've seen from lighter skinned Latinos giving me bad looks or whatever the case may be. And I
yeah,
already know what it is because most people think that I'm black anyway. That I'm
yeah,
African American anyway, so I'm like, I don't really care. And then
yeah.
when
No,
I
no.
ever, and then when I meet somebody or someone and we speak Spanish, their minds is all messed. I'm like, oh, like what? Like y'all didn't, like y'all never been to your land or stuff. You never seen people like us speak Spanish. I'm like, whatever the case.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go around and say I speak the best Spanish, but I could actually defend myself.
yeah. No, no. I feel no. That's good. That's always good, man. As long as you understand enough to get around, I think that means that you're fluent, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, oh yeah, yeah. There's I thought most of the Latinos over there they were darker. Like the Latinos over here, most of them are brown. The Latinos over here, most of them are just indigenous.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean if you actually look at it, right? I know that you have some Dominicans in California. I just don't know if they have like a center neighborhood in Los Angeles or
yeah,
anywhere in the East Coast. But I know there's a Dominican comedian that lives out in California. So I don't
yeah.
know where he lives at. I don't know if it's a section of Dominicans. So I don't know. Maybe you could actually tell me like if you see like a little mini Dominican community out there.
I haven't really seen any Dominican communities. I've just seen them. They're just pretty sprinkled around like all over California. Like I think there's I'm not too sure how many there are like number wise, but like yeah, there's just not that many Dominicans over here, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's more like Panamanians and Costa Ricans over here than I would say Dominicans, you know?
Got you.
Yeah. And then in regards to the whole Afro Latino thing, yeah, a lot of the Afro Latinos here, a lot of them are from like Panama, Costa Rica, a few from like Nicaragua or Honduras, but yeah, it was very rare to see like an Afro Latino from like the Dominican Republic, you know, or even any Caribbean nation, you know.
Right.
Yeah. In regards to the Latinos too, most of the Latinos here in general, they're like Mexican, Salvadorian, Guatemalan, just like obviously Mexican because California used to belong to Mexico. So I mean, yeah. So there's obviously a lot of Mexicans from California, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of them they never even been to Mexico, you know, because they were kind of like they were annexed into the United States, you know, from the Mexican American War.
Right.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you too, because do you consider like the Mexicans that were like annexed into from California, the ones and they've never been to Mexico? Do you consider them at that point like Latino or Native American, if in your opinion?
I mean, I I would say I would consider them both because, as
Yeah,
you know, Mexico shares indigenous and
Hispanic.
a Hispanic background. So
Yes,
so the thing is though, if they got annexed and it was their lands or whatsoever the case may be, they could call themselves whatever they want to because they're actually
exactly,
the both European, which is the Spaniards, and then whatever native tribe that they're from, they could actually say it right there too. Because what's unbeknownst to a lot of us is that there's still a lot of pure blood native people in Mexico that do not speak Spanish.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
they
no, there's
strict
a lot.
this so there was actually talking about these Mexican immigrants that actually came from Mexico, right? And then the
Hmm.
thing is though, there was like they had to get help speaking Spanish because all they knew was their own language,
Yeah,
which is their own indigenous language. And prior to the Aztecs and everything like that, you had a lot of smaller tribes in Mexico. Some I can't really document because there were so much within Mesoamerica and Central America. So
hmm,
if you actually look at the peoples and their features or whatsoever, they could have been the same people or they could have been different tribes.
yeah. So you're saying there are different ethnicities in within Mexicans and the indigenous people over there, right? That's what you were
Yes.
saying. Okay, okay. That
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because yeah, Mexico's a large country. You know, like yeah, of course they'd have like different ethnic groups there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, that's good, man. Yeah, because like I think over here, like, cause of the whole like debate with Mexicans and like the whole border thing, I think they always assume Mexicans are like just this immigrant group um in the United States, but they can also be native to California, Texas as well. You know, at the same time, if that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you hear me? Oh,
And it's funny because a person that that person's Mexican somewhat, but the thing is though they don't really know different the different Spanish countries that or people who are Spanish that actually reside in that place.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Okay, yeah, no, that I'm sorry, man. What was the last thing that you said? You cut off.
oh, oh yeah, my bad. I was saying that they don't that when a person goes to New York and they think that automatically when a person speaks Spanish is Mexican, a person who's not from New York or the East Coast for that matter, they'll say, "Oh yeah, that's a Mexican speaking." When the fact is,
Yeah.
there's so many Hispanic countries within the New York city realm
Oh yeah.
that just to go and call a person a Mexican is just very ignorant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Because most Hispanics or Latinos over there, they're not even Mexican. They're like most of them are Puerto Rican, well, Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, right? Especially Puerto Ricans, they've been there for a long time in New York.
Yeah, because it was the Cubans, and then there's
Hmm.
the Puerto Ricans, and then now you have Ghanaians and so forth. But then certain people are just moving out and then
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, can you hear me? My bad. I thought I cut off for a second.
Oh no, I still hear you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Hold on, my bad, bro. Hold on. I'm just moving a few things. Y- Yeah. So you said you've never been outside of the East Coast?
No, I've been outside the East Coast. I just never been to California.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's cool, man. Yeah, no, you should definitely come by to check it out one day, you know? I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's cool over here. Just yeah, just check it out one day when you have time, you know?
Yeah, I will. That I've actually been wanting to do. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Well, what part of California were you planning on visiting?
Well, San Francisco and maybe
Yeah.
Los Angeles and maybe
Okay, yeah.
wine country also. But then again, it's like California is so big that
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, and then I don't drive, so I'm like, okay, so all right, I'm not gonna go and pay this, that, or whatever the third it is. I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna be in one central area, and then if I do come back to California, I might go to another area, and so forth,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
depending.
no, that's a
Yeah.
smarter idea because an Uber in California, especially if you're gonna go to, I mean, wine country is not that far from San Francisco, the city of San Francisco, but
Mm.
it would be very pricey an Uber from there to Napa County, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like an hour in a way. Yeah, Napa County is still the Bay, but it's like northern part of the Bay, so the Bay Area. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then yeah, and then also too, man. It's actually a fun fact about San Francisco Airport. It's not actually in the city of San Francisco.
Oh,
It's
really?
like yeah, it's outside of it. It's like right, but it's in a San Mateo County, in another city. It's called South San Francisco. It's like completely different city in
Yeah.
a different county. And then yeah, yeah, and then with the Niners Stadium in it's not in San Francisco either. It's in Santa Clara. It's close to actually San Jose than San Francisco. Yeah, because San Francisco as a city, it's way too small to hold like a airport or a football stadium.
Yeah, because one of my homies, he was living out in Oakland for a time. He was making his beats. Now he's more centralized in the East Coast. But I
Yeah,
was actually thinking about going to Oakland to visit my friend, but now that he's here, me and him we're gonna link up around here.
yeah, yeah, no,
So
no, yeah, yeah, that would be yeah. Oakland would be better to go to. Like everything is more closer in Oakland than it is in San Francisco because you have the airport, then you have the city and stuff. At least it's in the same city.
all right.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Oakland's cool. They used to have the Warriors Stadium over there, but they moved it to San Francisco. But yeah, and then they used to have the Raiders Stadium and the Raiders team, but they moved to Las Vegas. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, no, that's cool though. But yeah, um, Oakland's another expensive city. Oakland's hella expensive too.
I've heard so that certain cities out there in that spectrum is actually more
Mm.
expensive than anything.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why a lot of
So
people are moving to like um different cities like Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, everywhere, you know? Yeah, everywhere into like the center of California or even like the southern center part of California like San Bernardino or like Moreno Valley or Victorville. You know, it's crazy. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Is your friend, is he born and raised in Oakland, or is he from the East Coast?
actually, he's from the Dominican Republic, and
Okay.
he's actually a famous rapper out there. So
Oh,
therefore, when
that's
he
cool.
actually, so therefore he moved to like around 2018, 2019 out there to Oakland. So he was making
Hmm.
beats and everything like that. So he's actually in his own realm, in his own time space. Creating hits or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Did he like Oakland?
I mean, yeah, he does because I guess it's relative peace or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 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 Oakland's cool, man. I like Oakland. If it wasn't hella expensive and everything going on in Oakland, like with the expense with the high cost of living, I would probably live over there. You know, it's a cool city. I like it. You know, and then that's where the Black Panthers they originated from Oakland actually.
yeah, because it's like I've heard stuff about the Black Panthers and how they were betrayed and everything, and
Oh,
I actually watch documentaries and such. And then
hmm.
now I heard that there's a new thing called the new Black Panthers, but then they don't really hold weight like the old Black Panthers or the people who were the old Black Panthers. They don't really consider these guys you know a part of their movement or what have you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I haven't really heard that much about the new Black Panther Party. You know, like eh, are they like in a smaller? Maybe they have smaller influence compared to back in the day. Is that
Yeah, I think it was just a bunch of guys that say, yeah, we're the new Black Panther Party. I only seen them once. I haven't really seen them again, but now it's like now you have a lot of people are actually exposing this guy named Tariq Nasheed. That he's actually calling people who are first generation African immigrants. He's calling them feathers and everything like that. So I have certain people that are actually calling the FBA a hate group because FBA or something like that. They're calling that a hate group. They're not calling ADOS. They're just calling FBA a hate group, and people are just using the name foundational to an extent that I'm like, okay, we get the point.
yeah?
Now
Okay, that makes
I have somebody
yeah.
who's coming here. So
What's up?
Hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing, man?
what's up,
All right.
Zacharias? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, this is my boy T.
What's up, T?
Joe
What's up,
Yang.
man? How you doing?
This is my boy T
All
from the
right.
West Coast.
I'm from West Coast. Okay.
Yeah, from the good old West
Yeah.
Coast.
So yeah, so he's talking. Yeah, so he's an Ethiopian American. So me and him we're just actually chopping it up. He's giving me stuff about his culture, and And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, we're saying about how certain people like Tariq Nasheed is actually people calling like you know people who are first generation African immigrants or whatever have you.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually calling them feathers. So there's a lot of people who are against him for that and for
Mm-hmm.
spreading that disinformation. So what's your take on it, Zacharias?
All right, because I'm not a Tarina She fan. But I must explain as an American citizen, and I'm not trying to be anti-immigrant. One thing anyone knows, my background:
Hmm.
African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish descent. So let me say this: when I was homeless, I'm gonna speak from that. I did see some immigrants of color, individuals, not all,
Yes.
who were anti-African descent. I don't do drugs. My record clean, and I had to deal with that with certain Latinos, certain African immigrants, both in Nigeria and some Ethiopians here in Houston,
Yeah.
along with some Asian or Eastern, because I have a perception, not all, in the media that all African descent people are lazy and don't want to work. But that's what our white kin folks tell y'all so they can exploit y'all in the workplace because I pay y'all less. Not
Hmm.
you personally, but that's what they told her. Like Vice show was talking about the Jamaican woman. They were telling folks in the UK, that, African immigrants, black immigrants coming to the United States because black Americans don't want to work. They're lazy on welfare until they actually saw they were being exploited. So
Yeah.
they do it to Latino immigrants too. So that's why. So the tether part to say all immigrants of color like that, no. But we do have a history, like it's on Black Skin Mason's channel, of immigrants of color individualized helping our white kin folks hurt us. Okay,
I agree with that. I actually agree with that. No,
right.
there's a there. I would just say more they're political opportunists and political shills. I think that would be more.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
the reason why you have a lot of outrage from people acting dissent. Because, like I said, I don't go out and harass people. I don't break no rules. Don't get me wrong, because there's African people, individuals who the thugs, the hood rat ones who make me angry when I see them.
Hmm.
Because they're making us as a group look terrible, and people think that we all like that, and that's not
Yeah.
true. So that I was in Bel Air, Texas, even though about Houston, and I went to go get some my herbal pills. The Ethiopian guy, look, mind the police officers mix with they mostly white, Hispanic, and some are Africans in it. They're anti-black sometimes. Okay,
Hmm.
so after the white lady left, the police officer, I go in there to the store and I asked the Ethiopian man at the store, looked like I was about to rob the store. I'm like at the gas station at the bus terminal. I said, wait a minute, I'm just trying to get some herbal pills, the energy now pills that
Yeah.
have my concentration, everything, ginseng and stuff. I'm trying to get that. And it was right after my cousin gave me some money after I found out my grandma had passed away. Yeah. So before New Year's in that Tuesday, yeah. So I was like, why would he do that? But because he saw them thug hood rats, gangsters being betrayed. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what y'all, not saying you, but many people all over see. So when they come here and our white kin folks tell y'all, oh, those N words do not want to work, y'all best workers. And I've seen them do that when I wasn't homeless. I come from Confession at St. Anne's. I thought it was a sister with short hair, and she was straight. I thought she was stuck, but she had a short hairstyle. She was African from Nigeria, and it's a homeless white man who claimed he related to Bill Clinton. I never forget this 2015. I went catching the bus, and the man said, "Yeah, the black immigrants from the Caribbean and Africa, they go to school. I don't like the ones here." And I'm like, I was in school online. I work at Macy's. Just came from confessionally. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and he was outside the bus, by on West Time in Shepherd. So I never forget this, and that's like. And it's a homeless white man saying it's not a white man
Yeah.
has a college. Well, he probably do, but it's uppity. He must have lost all that. But he was saying this on the street, and so that's the perception. And you have people. I have argued with certain immigrants of color who made that comment, and I'm like, no. Even when I was on the street, I said I don't do drugs. One of my apartment just she about to go to jail. Stole our rent. Did George Floyd family wrong? Okay, yep, excuse me, that's her. And we got screwed by eviction, and so that's why that I was on the street. I had a financial problems issue, but I was trying to resolve it with her, and she wanted to. So that's the reason why many of us go there. They think they see a brother. I don't bake on the street. Anyone know me? I go to Starbucks, FedEx, or Kroger use my computer and use the Wi-Fi trying to make my own money. I use law of attraction. So I don't try to beg nobody because I grew up middle class. You don't
Gotcha.
beg nobody who. Mhm. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm high on caffeine right now.
Same here.
Oh, were you
Yeah,
drinking
I mean,
matcha?
like I'm the same way too because I mean, I'm talking about as far as me, as the middle class stuff. We wasn't taught to beg or anything like that. You had to work hard for what you had to. So therefore, when I
Mm-hmm.
fell upon hard times or whatever, it was like it was weird for me also. But I'm like, you know what? I'm about to get back up and open up my own business and such because at the end of the day, it's like there's certain things that I've seen like within the workforce, and I don't know
Yes.
what it is, but it's like you have certain individuals like within the workforce, and I know there's not a lot of places like that. They either want to get into your business or try to screw over somebody for opportunity. And I've seen
Mm-hmm.
like within my job that I've been passed over for opportunities or whatsoever the case may be. And it's
Mm-hmm.
that is just like now I know
Mm-hmm.
certain stuff about certain people that that they have unscrupulous passes. So therefore, my thing is that now this year I'm just gonna try to be more positive, and I might just be looking for another job because at the end of the day, it's just that even though I've made 3 years within my respective company and stuff, I'm gonna say that I'm not really happy with certain things how it's going on or on how certain people are just you know they just don't know what the heck they doing most of the times. So
Right.
my thing is that at the end of the day, I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do, and there's certain peoples that have like hidden agendas, which I'm
Yeah.
not actually supporting. You know what I'm trying to say? Like for example,
Hmm.
I'm a married man, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out that certain people they just like, ooh, oh, he looks nice or whatever the case may be. And I don't really,
Well,
and I see that, and I don't really try to hang with those people because at the end of the day, I don't try to put my job life with my personal life, and I've always been
right.
that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Me
So
too, man.
with that aspect, if I see that a certain thing is going to be going on too much, I think it's just gonna. I'm just gonna try to look for an exit and try to get it out there before anything happens, so to say.
Is that messy at the job?
I mean, it's like I see certain stuff, but I already know what it is, which other people don't,
Yeah.
or other people do. But at the same time, I don't. I don't really. I'm not the real person to go and hang out with a lot of my coworkers, or
Right.
Yeah.
try to be involved in within their politics because from the first time that I actually came to the job, somebody they were actually messing around with somebody or so ever the case may be, and the next thing you know, um, they end up catching a charge for having a fight in the Wendy's whatsoever the case may be. Now
Yeah. That's
the
messy.
next yeah now the next thing you have certain individuals that they got arrested within the job because of whatsoever the case may be, whatever they're doing outside the job or whatsoever the case. Then then when it was like maybe a year ago, you had a whole rumble over one female.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
She went
and
put a
and
spell on them.
and and and, and that female still works there. So my thing is that right now, for my history of seeing all these problems and stuff, a lot of people are actually fed up. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna make my move and see if there's other gainful employment out there, and that's it.
Have you thought about doing business online like I'm doing right now, trying to make my own, like sell stuff and stuff? Because that's what I prefer to do. I don't even like I like I am introvert, but I've been training myself to be extrovert because all
Me
the
too.
drama.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I'm trying to, and I'm trying, and that's what me and my wife are doing. We're gonna try
Mm-hmm.
to make our own business. So when
Amen.
things are, I'll let everybody know what our business model is, and then
Right.
we'll go
Yeah,
from
that's
there.
good.
That is, I mean, uh, I don't tell people what I do, online as well when I do
Yeah, me
my
too.
little business because it's a lot. I don't want to buy. I have done that before to other ventures out. Like one time, one of the ladies I had issues with in my old apartment. Um, she not sell legal. I said legal shield. The law, legal assistance thing. And one of my homegirls, her older son, because she's about to be 50, she has a son, her
Hmm.
older her son girlfriend smashed her car. She
Oh
need a
shit.
Right,
lawyer. So I was trying to advertise my legal shield until one of them messy old ladies, big boo, I don't say her name, um, and when on my story when we stay there, I was on YouTube, I told about it before. She went and
right,
told the homegirl, and the girl told me, the woman told me, she told me, I'm not gonna buy, I'm okay with a lawyer. I almost could have had a sale. So that told me don't tell everybody what you're selling. Because I could have gave her, she would pay about $20 for legal assistance a month and could have got a lawyer and could have saved her money and she would got that B were in trouble. You know what I'm saying? For smashing her car, getting mad at her son. You know what I'm saying? So, man, at late at night she came in and tore that car up. Yes, sir. So, but see the upstairs neighbor who miserable old woman went and told who doing voodoo and claimed to be Christian, she went and told this sister something and that destroyed my sale. So
right.
whoa. So
But
that's
but
why.
but one thing which I say that people who do evil against Christians, they'll get it back tenfold.
Yeah, but I'm just
So you
saying. It
don't
told
even
me
have to worry about that.
no. It told me don't tell everybody what business you're doing. Like wait till you get enough money. You waste your time.
Don't tell
That's
everybody what you got to do.
right. As I learned back in 2014. Yep, I'm 35 years old. I don't forget. Not because I want to sell. That spring summer. I don't forget. Because she needed a lawyer, to get that girl in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew who she was. She said, and get the, insurance and all that else on her car and everything. She about to go to work, and the next thing her car messed up. But that old crazy neighbor of mine, miserable old lady who done it to a lot of people, um, came in and told her something. Next thing she told me, I said, "Hey, you interested? Nah, I'm good." I said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah." I saw her and told her about that. Because after I told about it, I got LegalShield.com. I was selling, you make a sale and you contact your lawyer, law firm in Fort Worth, Texas, and they tell you about who lawyer in Houston to talk to, and you get to pay up to it. It was $20 some a month. I think it's 30 now. So it went up. And it could have saved her some money. But no, old messy old lady, same age my mom, the one trying to fight me to cut laws on, had to continue straight. I got
Right.
to yeah, don't forget the early yeah.
Got you.
Yep. So I'm just letting you know when you have your own business, don't don't tell everybody. Like tell when you get to like the Bill Gates level.
Yeah. No, no, I
I mean,
definitely agree
yeah,
with.
yeah, because I definitely agree because it's like at the end of the day, um, certain people I could say whatever, but they have their own lives. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not really to the point that oh yeah, I'm really that friends or anybody. If I meet with like-minded individuals, yeah, I'm not just gonna go tell anybody because not everybody I have their phone numbers and not everybody's gonna support you.
Thank you. Cause I,
Yeah.
cause I, yeah, cause I had to learn. I'm glad that I was able to have that housing voucher to get away from being homeless and be alone by myself on time. I was on social media, and I had a lot of personal spiritual growth to believe in myself that I will make it. You know what I'm saying? So even I had an issue recently. You know I know about Don. It
Hmm.
happened maybe with somebody on YouTube, it taught me to believe myself. So I'm in a good state right now. I'm still having this caffeine mantra. I put some rosemary herbs in my
Rosemary, like, come on, man. I usually, whenever I make a coffee, like, albeit it when I don't buy it from Dunkin' Donuts, I usually
no.
put like maybe nutmeg or yeah, it'll be either nutmeg or not even garlic. What is the hell the joint called? It's not turmeric. It's cinnamon.
Cinnamon's good too, but I use rosemary seeds and like use the season, and sometimes I go into like HEB and get the actual rosemary and put in the freezer so before it turns mildew, it still be good. Or put in the freezer, and I also use basil herb too. I just put it
Hmm.
in my coffee, I put it in my tea, and I'm able to. You know, I'm going through. That's my drugs. That's legal, okay? So right now, I was on Black Skin Mason, and I was live and up. You know what I'm saying? Because I had an issue
Yeah.
with people cutting me off when I'm telling the history stuff. So it didn't bother me. I told myself I go ahead and leave on my own terms, and then the next thing I was before I came out saying my prayers earlier, and I came on here. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That yeah, that's how I use rosemary. Rosemary help you concentrate, like you remember our stuff, and also what's it it's a mushroom coffee. It's expensive to buy from Wholesome Market and Amazon. What's that stuff called? Limeade? No, it's not limeade. I've got limeade. Yeah, it has the mushroom in that coffee helps you with concentration and learning. You saw about that. Oh, coffee Bustelo. I like that coffee. I
Yeah,
don't buy
Bustelo,
nothing else.
yeah.
Bustelo. Yeah, I like that. That's my favorite. Actually, one of Afro Latino dudes gave
Yeah,
me.
that's what I grew up on.
Yeah, when I was homeless, I ate on they had little packets of it. I thought they had Folgers. So I bought me some Folgers.
Yo, talking
And
about coffee, tell us more about that.
huh?
Yeah, but I'm saying as far as the original, I'm talking about as far as the origin of coffee. Is it true? Because I've actually heard this on Anthony Bourdain and Andrew Zimmern that Ethiopia is the birthplace of coffee.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah, there. Ethiopia is the birthplace of coffee, specifically in the Kaffa province of southern Ethiopia. That's where coffee originated from. It's from
It's
the
true.
coffee beans, and then
Right.
it was from a farmer, and then I think his cattle was acting. He was hyperactive, and then they realized, oh, it's from those beans, and then they decided to create coffee from those beans.
That's true.
Hmm.
And
Nice.
people say Starbucks stole the idea from their coffee from Ethiopians. But I'm shocked because it's true or not because a lot of Ethiopians go to Starbucks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of Ethiopians they like.
It's funny because I've drank Ethiopian coffee when I first got here in Philadelphia,
Hmm.
and I've actually could say that I actually liked it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I like that too, man. It's really good.
Yeah, I want to drink some too.
Yeah, you're more than invited, man. I'll definitely come to Texas one day, and we'll go for some coffee, man.
Right. Do they
Yeah.
have any stuff on Amazon, like Ethiopian type of coffee? I can buy some.
Let me see. Actually,
I
I'm
think
sure
they
they do.
should.
You use Food, you
Yeah.
use
So,
Snap Benefits on that one. I'm
I
still
mean, you
struggling.
can, but I guess you'll have to buy. You'll have to go in on buy through credit or debit card buy that way.
No.
So, guys,
It's I'm sorry.
I'm about to close. I'm about to close up and everything. So,
Mm.
for anybody, what y'all how should I say? What's your closing statements?
I would definitely say for me, I think that Black Americans, Africans, and Afro Latinos, and Afro Caribbeans, and Afro Arabs, we all need to come to a table, and I think that we need to respect each other's cultures, but especially I think as first generation black people in the United States, like me and you, Don, I think that people we need to be more outspoken in regards to just like bad faith characters in our communities. I think if that makes sense.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Not to generalize or anything
Yes.
like that, but I'm just specifically talking. I'm not saying all. I'm saying specifically the ones that are acting in bad faith.
Thank you. And what are your thoughts, Zacharias?
I agree with him. But just to be educated about Teresa Sheet, not to bring a spirit out, this dude they do is like occultist. That's why all this spirit goes on, all this bad
Yes.
behavior. Because even Hitler, he does voodoo. I told you about that. Because even Hitler did that back in the day to get people on his side was to do some cult. So y'all be spiritually inclined, but
My mom always yes, my mom always said that because me and her, we was actually speaking one day. She was like that between Hitler like between like his soldiers and certain people who were on his side, they actually were practicing a lot of stuff that we would consider that was being kosher. That's how my mom generalized it. So I've always heard that Hitler and some of his generals were very into the occult,
and then between she's doing.
claiming to be that they were Christian.
She's
Hmm.
doing the same thing. He that's something. My point is we are about the others that we need to be spiritually educated and esoterical, because that's why all this bad behavior, people higher up is doing this mess to cause tension, and
Hmm.
that's why you see this mess going on. So we have to be educated. That's what I gotta say. I want to hold on to the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I had a
Yeah.
good time going on live with
So my
you two gentlemen, and
Yes,
thank you
sir.
again. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My apologies. Whoever was gonna speak, go ahead and speak. My
That was
you're
him.
apologies.
you're always welcome. Yeah, you're always welcome here, T. So therefore, tell your friends and tell anybody about this channel. So like help it grow. I'll if you have a channel, I'll help you grow. So you're a cool individual. I'd like to build with you again.
Okay. Well, thank you to you, Don, and thank you to you as well, Zacharias. Hopefully, we'll do a live stream as soon as possible.
Yes, sir. All
Yeah,
right.
yes, sir.
All right. Thank y'all.
Yeah,
Have a
so
good.
I'm about to.
s- Sorry. What were you gonna say?
Thank
I
you.
didn't mean to cut you.
Now
I
responding
was
back.
like, well, yeah,
Look, y'all go ahead. I ain't gonna-
got you. Yeah. So it was nice talking to y'all.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah.
All
Y'all
right.
have a good one. Bye.
You too. Bye.
You too. Bye.